It's time to expand the conversation beyond rural America. Ever wonder what democracy looks like when it slowly slides into something darker? Let's talk about Hungary and why some folks, including me here in the United States, believe that we could be heading down a similar road. And don't just take my word for it. I'll cite Freedom House, Human Rights Watch, and Politico along the way. In Hungary, Prime Minister Viktor Orban has been in power for more than a decade. Now, he didn't roll tanks into Budapest. He used the system to change the system, and that's important to know. Freedom House, that's an independent group that tracks democracy, says Hungary is now the first EU country they rate as only partly free. So how did it happen? Well, step one, weaken independent courts. Step two, rewrite election laws to favor your party. And step three, control the media. According to Human Rights Watch, Orban's allies bought up newspapers and TV stations, turning them into government mouthpieces. Sound familiar? It wasn't sudden, it was slow, step by step, and it was always framed as protecting the nation or restoring tradition. That is the modern totalitarian playbook. Now you might be thinking, okay, Will, that's Hungary, not America. That's true, but here's the uncomfortable part. Some of those same moves are being tested here too. In the U.S., we've seen attacks on independent courts, judges called enemies when rulings don't go a certain way. That's documented in reporting across the board by the Washington Post, the New York Times, and others. We've seen attempts to redraw maps and change voting rules. The Brennan Center for Justice has shown how voter ID laws, polling place closures, and gerrymandering stack the deck. Not outright bans, just barriers, legal voter suppression. In the media, we don't have state-run TV, but Columbia Journalism Review points out how partisan outlets and social media algorithms distort the landscape. And when politicians label everything they dislike as fake news, it echoes Orban's strategy. Even the scapegoating looks familiar. Politico has covered how Orban calls immigrants a national threat. And here in America, similar rhetoric has been aimed at immigrants, LGBTQ people, and universities. Totalitarianism today doesn't come marching in with uniforms and jackboots. It creeps in, wrapped in the language of patriotism, religion, and tradition. Orban himself calls it illiberal democracy. According to the Financial Times, leaders in America have openly praised that model. Go read the article. The key isn't crushing the system overnight, it's bending it until it breaks. One election, one court case, one law at a time. What happens when these changes pile up? In Hungary, the opposition is weak. Civil society is shrinking. Reporters Without Borders says journalists are harassed or silenced on a regular basis. Sound familiar? People know the system is rigged, but they feel powerless to stop it. In the U.S., we still have strong institutions. Courts push back. Elections are still competitive. But as Freedom House reminds us, every democracy that fell once believed it can't happen here. And that's where we are now. So what's the lesson? Democracy isn't just about voting every 4 years. It's about protecting free courts, free media, and fair elections every single day. Hungary shows us how fast freedom can slip away when people stop paying attention. The question is, will we recognize the warning signs in time? Or will we look back one day and say, as Politico warned, we thought it couldn't happen here? That choice is still ours.